Mr. Wolford here. And that's a sandwich. Mmm. Mmm. Stop looking at my sandwich. That's garlic aioli. Mmm. Tonight I want to talk about my trip. 18,000 miles, 10 weeks. Pretty sweet. Step into my office. Oh, Jack. Oh, my buddy. Jack got bit by something. I know. Poor guy's 10. Almost 11, huh, Jack? Almost. Are you excited? Oh, that's like, oh, anyways, America. Microphone's still charging, so I'm gonna have to wait on that one. But I wanted to share my trip with you. Bro. I'm so hungry. Alright, serious question here. When you eat a sandwich, do you just eat the whole thing all the way through? Or do you eat all the edge first and save the best bite for last? I seriously want to know. $18,000 miles, baby. I'm trying to hurry. Sorry. I saved the best bite for last. Okay. Okay, thanks. So, I want to share with you how I went 18,000 miles in a little over 10 weeks. I had this atlas with me the whole trip. It's pretty sweet. Confession, I didn't bust it out one time. I mean, we got phones, right? But I had it and I was like, if I ever need it, I got an atlas, you know. Meh. Anyhow, last night I was organizing, getting settled in, and I looked at this thing and I opened it up and I started going through it and I was like, holy smokes, this thing's badass. Hold on. Waterproof. Good to know. Like, seriously. And as I was going through it last night, I was like, I really wish I would have bust this mother liquor out when I was on the road. Anyhow, totally something I'd do. Not look at the road atlas that I brought. Not the point. Point is, as I was going through this son of a gun, looking at everything. I know you guys have seen an atlas. Hey, I live by here. I got here. And as I started to look at this map of our country, I realized, like, holy smokes. Like, it was the adventure of my life. And there's so much behind the scenes that so many folks don't know. And this ain't the place for that. But I want to share my trip a little bit, you know, because as I was going through it, kind of leg by leg, what I did, and I don't remember, like, I remember every little detail, but I can't account for it all right now. Don't worry, I won't bore you. But there's some significant stuff, so let's get to it. So I live right about there in between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe on the Highway 50 corridor, right? So I went from Sacramento all the way down to San Diego. I'm pretty sure that's Greek for something. From San Diego over to Phoenix. See some friends? Not just some friends. 2 different Army buddies. Awesome. And then jumped back on 40. Took Route 66 all the way through to Oklahoma City. And then I thought I was going to be chilling in Norman with my buddy. And then a storm pushed me. So I threaded the needle right through this little rib here. Threaded the needle all the way into Little Rock, I don't remember. Yeah. It's honestly a blur. Did like 1,000 miles in one day. and then on through into Memphis, cross down into northern Alabama, Tuscumbia. Where you at, Mac? How come you guys aren't on the map? Where's Tuscumbia? Anyways, I think it's in there somewhere. And then over into North Carolina. Now this whole trip was about me getting to West Virginia, so I had like a couple weeks to do it. So from Alabama through North Carolina, got to see my little sis up here in Warrenton. And then from Warrenton into Virginia, into Richmond, and then from Richmond into West Virginia. And then from West Virginia, I was gonna go to Laconia, but a storm pushed me into Virginia. So I'm up here somewhere in West Virginia. I was gonna go to Laconia, which is in New Hampshire. I can't even do this all together. Anyways, went back to Virginia and was hanging out there in Yorktown. Where the hell's Yorktown? Hanging out at the pub. That's where I met Ben, and Ben talked me into YouTube, right? So it all kind of worked out. Yorktown's right in there somewhere. Anyways, if that wouldn't have happened, I would have never decided to take a real road trip. So thanks, Ben. So I went from Yorktown back down into North Carolina, down into South Carolina, Charleston, awesome. Folly Beach, it's not even on the map, coolest place I've ever been. Down the coast, through Savannah, all the way down to Key West. Epic. All the way back up to Miami. That's where I met my boy Troy. Took care of me there. You guys got me squared away. Thank you, Troy. Love you, buddy. Troy at Miami Harley, by the way. There's probably a lot of Troys in Miami. Anyways, across Alligator Alley. Oop. Yeah, Alligator, I took 41. Stopped in Everglades City. Somewhere in here, I can't remember. And then from Everglades City, Florida, all the way up to St. Pete. Time out about that. There's a bridge there in the Tampa area. It's called the Sky Bridge, I think. I guess people have like plummeted to their, and some locals were telling me like back in the 80s and during some fog, a boat hit the bridge broke, and then a bunch of people just like driving to work in the morning had no idea that the bridge wasn't there. Anyways, it was sketch. I can only imagine. Went from Everglades City all the way up 75, all the way to Athens. Bam! 22 hours of my life. Crazy adventure. God talked to me that night. Pretty cool. After that, to Church 2819, and then back through North Carolina to Asheville. Blew a tire outside of Asheville. My best friend from high school came and saved the day. Got me squared away. All the way back up through DC. All the way through the coast to New York City. Had all of New York City to myself. All the way to Boston. Don't ever take your motorcycle. No place to park it at a hotel. Impossible. I don't know. Wasn't my jam. Stayed the night in New Hampshire. All the way up the coast. All the way to Lebec, which is just right here on the border. There's a lighthouse there. Took a picture there for my boy, old Danny Warner. Anyways, I went from the lighthouse here in Key West all the way to the lighthouse here. So I saw both lighthouses all the way to Fort Kent or Madawaska, and then back down, cut through Albany, and then across Syracuse, Rochester, Niagara Falls, Buffalo. So I went from one day all the way through New York, Niagara, all the way through Cleveland, all the way across through Chicago, and then into Milwaukee. And that's when I was there for Harley Homecoming. It's pretty sweet. My video is here on the TikTok, check it out. But I'm at 9.5 minutes, so I guess this is gonna be part 1. If you want to see part 2, let me know. Hit me up in the comments, subscribe, hit some likes. I guess that stuff's important, but I'm trying to spread some awareness. I want to tell you guys about my trip, so if you want to hear more, let me know, get involved, and then I'll start putting some more content out. Thanks.